Well, ladies and gentlemen, the rumors are true. This December, I'm gonna be making my first international trip down to New Zealand. So I gotta be honest with you guys, this is probably one of the coolest opportunities I've gotten in my entire racing career, and honestly in my life in general. I've worked very hard from a young age to become a professional race car driver, and I still have more work to do. With all that though, and the people around me, because of what everyone has put in, I've been blessed to travel all across the United States and race at so many different tracks and see so much of my country, and I'm so blessed to be an American. I'm proud of that. With that though, I'm stoked to get on a plane and go see a different country and see the racing and see the people, see the fans, see the drivers. This is gonna be one heck of an experience. I wish you guys could read my phone because they posted the announcement. I think there was a couple different pages. Ruapuna, if I'm saying that correctly, and then maybe another track and a couple of teams and people in New Zealand had put out that there's Americans coming down this winter, our winter over here in the States, their summer. You gotta remember, New Zealand in December around Christmas time, that's their summer. Here in the United States, that's our winter. So you gotta think, the weather down there is good, the weather here, no good. So their upcoming summer, I'm gonna be traveling down. And anyway, the pages down there had posted that, there's Americans coming, and they have a couple international weeks where there's gonna be some more drivers there, and I was included on that list. And I was just message after message after message, and people reaching out to me, because I obviously am now just making it official. And I'll tell you this, I am so excited to make my first international tour, you could say, or trip. It's been a dream of mine to get down to New Zealand or go to Australia. Those are kind of the two countries that sprint car drivers that are from the US, during our winter, they, do tours down under, and they race sprint cars and they race wingless, or you guys see guys run late models or midgets. Most of the divisions we have here, they have down there, but then they also have some that are much different than what we have here. Most guys though from the United States, primarily, they go down there and they run wing sprint cars. And I do want to be specific because I know I have fans on both sides of the fence, and both of them in person have given me a hard time about if I get things incorrect. So Australia is its own country, they have their own racing, and New Zealand is their own country, they have their own racing. I'm heading to New Zealand this winter. I'm super excited about that. I have nothing against Australia. I actually really want to get there as well. And unfortunately this winter it just didn't work with some of my scheduling. I actually had some opportunities, and anyway, it just didn't work with my scheduling. That was my fault. Yeah, things are really, really growing in Australia and New Zealand, and that's why more Americans are trying to get down there and, get to see these beautiful countries and just, do something a little bit different, and also get that seat time during the winter, when usually we're sitting on the couch. Instead, we get to be in a race car that's just like what we run, 80 or 90 times a year here in the States. So to go over our schedule while we will be on tour down there, it's actually pretty simple. It's 4 nights of racing. We're gonna be gone about 2 weeks from home, which is honestly why I was interested to do this deal. It kind of just made sense. I feel like at my point, and with having some of my own program, it feels tough to get away from the race team, even in the wintertime. You never know what your plans for the next season look like, but as we roll into 2026, if the 18T is gonna be on track for a lot of the season, there's a lot of work that has to be done here. And so with this, I'm gonna be leaving, right at the end of November. I get to be gone, just like I said, a hair over 2 weeks. We're gonna race 4 nights total, 2 at the Central Motor Speedway in Cromwell, New Zealand, and then 2 at the Ruapuna Speedway in Christchurch. And I'm so excited to I'm excited to get to do both. But Ruapuna is a place I've heard a lot of great things about. It's a very popular racetrack down there. And then Cromwell, I heard it's an interesting, kind of bull ring, 2 different corners. So we're gonna get 2 nights there in Cromwell, 2 nights in Ruapuna. And that honestly also is cool for someone like me, heading down there. I get to run the same track 2 nights, where it's a lot more difficult if we were maybe going to 4 separate racetracks. As a driver, you got to pick up on things a little bit quicker. And as far as specifics go, we haven't figured out every single detail. I couldn't tell you what the format is at these races or how it's different down there. All that we're gonna kind of get to experience together. I just know there is a ton of fans that love dirt track racing in the country of New Zealand, and I'm all for seeing it. It seems like these places get packed for their weekends of racing, and that's what I love. Atmospheres like that, and getting to be a part of it is so special. So of course, getting on a plane and heading down there, I'm not gonna be running my own equipment. It's not impossible if I needed to get the 18T there. Actually, what some guys do is they would put their car almost in like a big shipping container, and they load up a shipping container, and it, you know, goes across sea, and it takes, I don't even know how much time it takes, but it takes, you know, I would think a month or 2 months, or, you know, you have to plan way ahead of time, and you send all your equipment down. A lot of planning with that, and you got to figure out haulers and rigs, and I can only imagine. It is possible. Guys have done it, but for myself, I'm gonna be going down there just with running 4 nights. I'm actually gonna be running with the team BMAC Racing. And I've had a great opportunity to chat with those guys kind of just like over the phone. I haven't met them in person, but looks like they got great equipment, and they've been running the past few seasons, and all this racing is gonna be taking place on the South Island. So New Zealand, there's a North Island and there's a South Island. North Island's where like Western Springs is and some other racetracks. I wish I could run Western Springs while I'm there, but we'll make it happen one day. We're gonna be on the South Island, and that's where the team's from. And yeah, they're really a part of like the local racing scene in that area. And as we get closer, we'll be able to show you guys the scheme and my number and all those fun details. Again, some of that stuff is still being figured out. And even for me, like this is my first time, like I gotta take my seat like on the airplane, and I gotta figure out everything to bring. And again, it's not like I'm just traveling within the States. I gotta go all the way through customs in a different country. And again, I'm excited. I'm gonna get to bring you guys along for all of that. So with everything I just shared with you, I'm pumped up. I'm hoping by, you know, doing this first trip, it'll kind of open more doors to having opportunities to travel internationally and race more in the future. With my channel here, and I know I have fans all across the world, I'm so blessed that you guys tune in and watch. I would love to come and see all your different racetracks and again, experience it, whether it's more New Zealand, getting to Australia. You know, racing just seems like between the two countries is really growing in popularity, and it's really, really neat to see. And I'll tell you, I want to be a part of it, and that's why we're making this happen. And I just can't thank all the people that have kind of been working the last month or so, you know, to put all this together for some of us Americans to go down and have some fun. So as we get closer, I'll keep you guys in the loop with all the details, but if you're down there, start planning December 5th, December 6th, December 12th, December 13th. And if you guys have anything that you think while we're there we should be experiencing, the country looks insane. I'm looking forward to seeing that. I'll get to hang out with some of my buddies, like, you know, Caleb Montgomery's going down, also Joel Myers Jr. will be there, Brenham Crouch, Brian Murphy, Mariah Eade, Jonathan Allard, and then of course all the guys that are, you know, local in the area between the two islands. So there's gonna be, you know, good car count. It's gonna be a good show, and we're looking forward to seeing you guys all there. But wanted to put this video together, give you the heads up. I know there was some buzz on social media, so I just wanted to confirm everything and tell you guys that we're gonna have we got a fun couple months ahead in 2025. We're trying to make it a record year, and yeah, just thank you guys for all you do and supporting me to this point, and I can tell you we're not slowing down anytime into the future. See you guys in the next show. Deuces.